Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we have a hostile takeover game from the one and only Sen TFT. But this isn't just any ordinary hostile takeover game. No, he actually hits, let's just say, some fun augments this time around. And he gets a little bit of an interesting spot. But the spot that he gets hostile takeover from is quite interesting. And how he ends up playing into a specific comp is also something that I think is a little bit worth reviewing. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. But also, I also like to say, if you guys wouldn't mind liking and subscribing or commenting down below, that helps so much with the YouTube algorithm and just helps to show your support. But yeah, let's get into this video. So as we see here, we see Mr. Sen TFT picking up pairs and trying to contemplate whether or not he is playing Dynamo line, I think, a Mundo Techie line, or yeah, a Mundo Techie line. He does have this Nidalee and he opts to pick it up just because he has the gold. And here we look at the bench currently. So we actually have a BT here, so a potential frontline angle that he could play around. However, he has no frontline melee units to play around, so I don't think it's actually going to be that. It could be Latent Forge because we actually don't have a specific place to play from here. Actually, we do actually have the Nidalee to play around the BT, but I think we get more value from not locking in our line because it is only a silver augment. I would be hesitant to really take any of these because it's, preparation kind of makes you go down a rerolling line, so you have a lot of units on your bench. Latent Forge kind of guarantees that you'll be spiking after 8 player combat, so it could be Latent Forge. Pandora's items, we don't really have a locked in spot, so I don't think it's that. Again, not team building because we're not rerolling or locked into a spot. Could be branching out to give us a little direction, but it's kind of similar to Latent Forge, but I guess he doesn't really like Latent Forge, and he opts to go for, I think, branching out. Yep. So he goes for branching out, and it's actually a Divinicore emblem. So he actually looks like he's going down the line of Divinicore Z. Now, to play into Divinicore Z, you can generally play it from the Cypher line, but since we don't actually have any Cyphers here, we're just opting to play our strongest board with some Dynamo units. And this Jarvan, who has been buffed and is kind of strong, he is actually an okay holder for some attack items. Although he is listed as an attack tank, he is pretty good at just being a melee carry as well. Contemplating whether or not to hold this Jhin because we don't know if we're actually playing down this Jhin line. We actually clear out our board and we pick up the Jhin and we hold the Vi. Also potentially looking to see if we can play it around this Draven because as we said earlier, it can be played from the Cypher angle. But we do come across a Cypher player in the lobby, so not looking like we're going down the Cypher angle initially because there's already a lose streak player, and that would honestly ruin the streak if we actually went down Cypher from here. So we opt to not pick up the Draven and continue trying to win streak. And we get a Jarvan in our shop, which is also very nice. Take out the Vi so we can get a stronger Vanguard unit in, which is the 2-costed Skarner. So let's move on to the carousel round real quick. We actually see a Jarvan on this carousel. I think if we wanted to streak, we would want to pick up that Jarvan. And we could also potentially make a Sterix with it, but we end up not getting that, so we're probably just looking for any other item to slam immediately so we can get immediately stronger, or potentially any other Z item. So we do pick up the sword, which can be made into the IE or the Sterix down the line for the Z, and we managed to level up and get in a second Jarvan, but we opt to take out this Skarner to potentially make 20 econ here and just opt to play 2 Jarvans and an additional Vi. Come across this Golden Ox board, which I'm pretty sure we went out because they do only have one slammed item. We have a slammed item and we have the emblem coming through, and we do end up picking up a win. So we managed to pick up the Gragas here and we get in a Divinicore buff, so we get that extra, the Divinicore buffs, and we take out the Jarvan for it because it is just stronger than playing 2 Jarvans, I'm pretty sure. And we are contemplating actually looking to sell to make 30 econ here, but looking at this fight, it's actually quite a close fight because these guys had delayed start with a lot of 2-starred 1-cost units, and they are level 4, I believe. Or was that level 5? Yeah, level 5, so they had quite a few. End up losing that round, not being able to sell our bench to make the econ, but we do pick up a Xayah here to make our board stronger, which is a very nice high roll at level 5. Although we did lose that round, we're not looking incredibly weak, but at the same time we're not looking incredibly strong either because we actually don't have any 2-starred units yet. But we hit a crazy high roll in a Z, and we hit a Vi as well. So now we are potentially looking to play that Z carry already with the item. So here we go. Yep, we slam the IE and we slam the Bloodthirster with the Divinicore, and now we're looking like we are back to our winning ways. Potentially just selling out some of these benched units so we can get the Divinicore units online and we can get to 40 gold. But this game is shaping up to be a nice high roll simple Divinicore Z game. I should say that until we get to this round right here. So as you see here, we have the augments, portable forge, backup, support mining. Now from this sport, I don't think it's ever backup or support mining because your main carries are in the front line with a Z, so it's not going to be backup, who gives at least 4 allies. It gives 12% attack speed, but you have to have 4 allies in the back rows, and you don't have that many units to put in the back row. You would probably just be sacking if you did put your front line in the back. Not the greatest. Support mining, that will take like 7 turns to actually scale up, so we don't want that. We're strong now, so we want to get even stronger now. It could even be portable forge, but we already have our items on our Z, so I don't think it's portable forge. We might just be looking for augment that strengthens us in terms of without having to slam any items. So we reroll this, not glass cannon because that's for backline again, not corrosion. Could be blistering strikes because it does take away the need to make any burn, and it could be band of thieves because it does make us stronger now. However, I wouldn't take it until we reroll this. It could be cybernetic implants because we do have a D line here and more HP with some gold. But as you know from the title of this video, we end up getting the hostile takeover, which is a pretty sick place to get hostile takeover because we are win streaking. And if you don't know what hostile takeover is, wait, did I just see a 2-star Z? Hold on a second. This guy recon bobbed into 2-star Z. That is crazy. So that actually ruins our spot a little bit. Well, it doesn't ruin it, but it makes it a little bit harder to hit our 2-star Z. However, hostile takeover, Cypher gains 75% of its combat bonus now. So it gains 200% intel from kills, but only 30% from losses. So it means you just streak until you can't streak anymore, and then you just start to lose all the way up until the later stages, so you can cash out the biggest cash out you can. So it looks like we are going to be going down the hostile takeover angle, and we have the 4 Cypher in because we already had that Z in. So we will be getting a crap ton of stacks. We are legitimately only missing the LeBlanc to get the 5 Cypher in. So we do a quick little change around of the team planner so we can get in these Cyphers and figure out what line and we high roll the Sejuani. Wow, this is just a crazy high roll game in general. So looking from this spot to literally just play for win streak and trying your best to not lose any rounds really. But we do come across a guy who is level 7 looking to play sort of a marksman angle, but I'm pretty sure our board is way too strong to lose to this guy of comp. But it is looking kind of close, but our Z is clutching up with those really good items with the IE and the sustain from the Divinicore emblem and the Bloodthirster. So moving on to this round here, we're probably just looking for anything to synergize with the rod. Maybe like a Gunblade, maybe a Rage. We don't have the Rage Blade. Maybe just Crown Guard or an Ionic Spark. Yeah, something just to slam now potentially because we really want to be continuing to win. Going to level 7 to try and hit, I'm pretty sure the, trying to hit the LeBlanc. So we get that 5 Cypher in, but we also don't slam the Ionic Spark because, again, I don't think we actually have that much shred that is needed because we don't do that much AP damage. So we are trying to beat out this comp here, but that Mr. Graves is looking mighty strong. But we do end up winning against this board. It is also pretty lucky that we are in a silver augment lobby, I should say. We're not in a silver lobby. This brother is Grandmaster. But that just helps with trying to win out these rounds because the tempo of the lobby is a little bit lower than it would be if it was like a Scuttle Puddle or Crabgrave with like gold or prismatic augments. So we come across the 2-star Z player, which is I think the only scary player potentially in the lobby because he is 2-star Z, but he does only have the Bloodthirster in, so hopefully our Z with 3 items can beat him with our Divinicore mod. It's looking a bit rough. I think it might be close. His Z is looking stronger because he is 2-starred. Oh, and we lose that round. That is unlucky. So we opted to save the intel here again because there's no need to cash out so early. You want that big cash out down the line because you really don't get that strong of a cash out to win out from like 200 to 300. That would be from like if you're playing a already strong game, but as I said already, we are looking for the Mega Giga Ultra cash out. So also looking at our items, we have a Rage Blade and a Gargoyles, or a Krakens and a Crown Guard. Don't think it's any of those items, I'm not the greatest, but we are rolling on 7 to stabilize the board a wee bit. Hesitant to make the Kraken or the Rage Blade. Goes with the Gwynsus and then the Gargoyles potentially on this brother here, but opts not to, and he holds out. Oh, but he ends up slamming it nonetheless. I would say it would be a little bit of a greed to hold out on some of the items, purely just because we do want to be win streaking here, and it was a bit rough having to lose that previous round without slamming that. I mean, it could have been an Ionic Spark diff, who knows, but I think... Oh, I forgot about this. It's hard to tell if that was an Ionic Spark diff. Going to slow this down, because even at 1x speed, this is an insanely quick roll down. So look at this APM here. Boom. You see the augments? It's just think fast. So Mr. Send TFT recognizes that he hits Great Moonlight. It's not Great Moonlight, definitely not sponging, but he sees the think fast, and without hesitation, it's think fast. If you don't know what think fast does, your shop rerolls are free until the end of this round. Traits and other augments do not benefit from these free shops, and you gain 3 gold. So essentially, you buy this, and you just send it, and you roll, and you try to buy everything that you need for your comp. And let's see how he does. I'll do my best. So he's really just looking for his Cypher units. He picks up his Sejuani, Zed, his Bastion brother, his there's so much going on. His Galio is what I meant. He tries to hit 3-star Galio and his Draven while trying to 2-star his Zed. Still sending it down, hits the Zeri for the Zed, the Draven. Still sending it down. The Galio, I don't think you hold the Zeri, I think you just pick up the Galio. Oh, but he did have a champ dupe, so maybe he could have used the champ dupe instead. I just saw that now, so that's a bit rough. There's the Zeri again, trying to see if there are any Zeds in the pool, because we need to hit that Zed 2-star. We actually, but it is only level 7, so it's a bit rough. That is unlucky. So yeah, he is feeling upset with that roll down, because we did not hit the Z2, but it was on level 7, and I'm pretty sure it is rolling down on 7 and not 8, because rolling down on 8 you really are only looking for the Z, but hitting the Dravens and the Galios here was pretty good, because rolling down for the Zeds, you already had a few Zeds out of the pool and you wouldn't have that much gold. So yeah, we didn't see that Z in shop. Oh yeah, we didn't get that 2-star in the shop. I see that in the chat. So yeah, we chose to move over the Divinical items over to the Draven, because again, this is only a 1-star Z, but this is a 3-star Draven. So the items are better on the Draven, because both do AD damage, and he's also in the backline and he's 3-starred. So that is why we move over those items here. So it might be looking like it's time to sack the rest of the rounds to build up our econ once again. Maybe even looking to be like a 500 gold cash out, which would be kind of insane. On this carousel round here again, probably just looking for another AD item or a tank item potentially. But yeah, all the AD items were taken, so we go with another frontline item, which is the Gargoyle Stone Plate. So again, we are literally just trying to save up our econ until we get down to a few lives, so that we can cash out at 5-5. Coming across this strategist freaking Street Demon board. Close fight, but we do end up winning it, so we do get a few more stacks in the Cypher. Quicks out of the lobby. Yep, that guy still has these 2-star Zeds, which I'm pretty sure he is complaining about, so he's mildly contested, but I'm pretty sure you still go down this hostile takeover angle nonetheless. Trying to get the Sejuani on either side of the board, so we can stun the backline carries in the corners. Sadly, coming across this Zed player who should be us. That should be me. That should be us. Okay, still holding on to our gold, really trying to push for the furthest cash out we can get, because we are still super healthy. Let's get through this creep round, see what we get. We get a Titans or an Ionic, not Ionic, the Void Staff, Val. Pick up another Sejuani just to hold anyway. Looking at this item selection here, I'm pretty sure we are looking for items for the Z instead. So potentially, maybe the Hodge. It could maybe be Hodge. It could be Titan's Hodge for the Zed, so we can get 3 items on him. Or we just move over items from Draven to back to Zed. A Sunder item, I mean the Shred item for him. So yeah, a lot of selection to go here. We'll see what Mr. Send opts to do. Yep, opts to remove, puts the IE, puts that on him. So yeah, opts to keep the items all on the Draven. He opts to put the Last Whisper for the Shred onto the Draven, and he moves over the Divinicore emblem to the Zed. So we are still losing out these rounds. Still trying to zoom on a little bit ahead because we will just be losing out these rounds. But we managed to put our Garen in so we can get the Divinicore mod online. Probably looking to put that on the Zed actually, so that we can put 3 items on the Zed as well and move that Divinicore emblem over onto the Garen. But it looks like Sen's opting to put the Divinicore mod on the Draven so we can get immediate strength, which is interesting. Because yeah, the reason why I was hesitant on that is just because we're already losing, so I didn't think to do that. But we see Divinicore mod on the carousel as well, so we could maybe get that onto the Zed. But I think we want a final item for, I mean not the Zed, for the Garen. But yeah, I think we do want some burn on our team because we actually don't have any anti-heal. But we also can put that on the Zed. So this is the cash out. Masterwork, 3 Masterwork upgrades, a Giant Slayer, and a D-Claw. So very nice here. We should be putting that on our carry. Yep. We put this on our backline carry. I'm sure we take off the Gwynsos. Yep, and we put the Giant Slayer instead. So we can get these crazy items onto our Mr. Draven. What's going on here? Why is he hesitant to put it on? Okay, interesting. Win trading question mark? But yeah, we get 3 radiant items on our Draven, and now we are looking super strong. We get that Z2 online, and we have this random Rage Blade, potentially just Garen, I think. Maybe you could put it on your back clown here, just so you can get more value, because if you put it on someone in the back, they don't die. But I guess puts the Rage Blade on the Sejuani. Either way, not a big difference, to be honest. But now we are looking to win out these rounds. And top 2? Yes, we win. Okay, nice. So we're in the top 6. And we hit another Divinicore mod, which is nice. He opts to put the Vanguard onto the Mr. what's his face, Galio. But I'm interested as to why he didn't choose to get the Divinicore mod onto the Zed instead and actually try pop this item here and try find like a 3rd item for the Zed while having the Divinicore mod on, and put the Divinicore mod on like the Garen or anyone else for more value. So yeah, that is something interesting. So yeah, we could have put like a QSS, Titans Resolve, or even the Giant Slayer onto the Zed over the Divinicore mod while having, Divinicore Emblem, while having the Divinicore mod give us the benefits of the Divinicore Emblem on the Zed. So let's see what he ended up doing. He ended up taking off the Divinicore mod, put the Giant Slayer on him, and puts the Divinicore mod on the Garen. So he's probably moving the Divinicore mod on over after he hits another mod, hopefully from the Garen. It's probably his idea. So we lock in the top 4 spot, so it's looking very nice for that hostile takeover play. And let us see how the rest of these fights play out here. Looks like we will be able to get into the backline, get to the TF, and the Draven manages to hit the MF, so we managed to knock out this brother. Good positioning for the Draven, because the Draven hits I think the most champions in the line. Sending it down for the Garen 2. We don't hit the Garen 2, unfortunately. But we do get in another Divinicore, and we get in that Mr. Renekton. So we get more buffs from Divinicore. Sadly, we don't get the positioning in for the Aphelios, but we get our Zed into the backline to make up for the miss for the Sejuani. And we do end up beating out this brother, so it makes us a top 2. With the Jesus Teemo onto the final carousel round with the TG. Who knows? Yeah, the TG rolling down, hits a 2-star Zeri. I'm pretty sure you just pick it up, right? Yep, hits a 2-star Zeri. He also just put the items on. Fair enough. So now it's the final round. Hopefully we get this dub in and be positioned correctly for the backline here. I think the fight looks very close, actually, very, very close, and we do end up losing that fight. Even though Draven did like 25k damage. We get one more Garen mod. Hopefully this Garen mod can be the difference maker. What are we doing here? Are we doing some techie shit and doing some rapid fire? Okay, we're not. We're making our our Renekton a Slayer, trying to get the positioning down. Oh, I realized, yeah, he actually sold the Sejuani for the Renekton here. I don't know if that was the craziest play to do or not, but we get the win. Oh, and we managed to get the win. It was the Garen mod diff and Slayer Renekton diff, I guess. But it was a close fight. Anyways, GG's. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, I hope you guys like, subscribe, comment down below that you enjoyed it. It very much helps with the YouTube algorithm. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.